online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Now she want a photo.
You already know.
You only live once, that's the
Look at him. Got his little signature dance.
Every day. But we don't really play.
Tommy every day.
Right.
Tindy every day.
Tindy every day. That's what everybody's talking about. Hey, AfterBuzzers. Welcome to another episode of Eye Candy. We're here for Season 1, Episode 4. Be sure to go ahead and subscribe while we're at it to our YouTube at AfterBuzz TV. Comment, leave us all your opinions. We read your comments, and we want to hear what you have to say about this amazing thriller. We also have, check out our iTunes. We also have it on SoundCloud. Just quick pub real quick. And what you all have been waiting for, we have a special guest with us today. The reason we're talking about Tindy is because we are talking about Casey Deidrick. He's Tommy on the show. Did I get your last name right?
You got it wrong, actually.
I got it wrong. Deidrick.
That's strike one with you.
I've been saying this the whole time. I'm horrible with last names, and I should know firsthand. Like, Tezeno's hard to pronounce. Anyways, it's not about me. It's about you. So we have Casey in studio with us, all you AfterBuzz fans.
Hello.
And
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
We're so happy to have you. And I'm your host, Courtney Tezeno. I already have my one strike. But my co-host across from me, introduce yourself.
Hi, guys. I'm Kristen Elizabeth Snyder. You can follow me at Cinematic Escape. We give out our Twitter handles so they can tweet us some questions.
Yes, and I have a ton already.
Questions.
What's your Twitter handle, Casey?
My name's at Casey Deidrick. It's pretty simple,
It is. And you guys can find me at Tezeno's. I got all of your tweets already, so we have a lot of questions for Casey.
Nice.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into this episode. It was a little different than what we've seen in some of our other episodes where we're focusing on the killer. Who's the killer? Who's the killer? And I've been saying, Tommy, that you're the killer. So we're going to get into that.
I even wrote out why I think he could be.
Why do you think I'm the killer?
Should we just talk about that now?
Yes. I mean, let's just go ahead and talk about it. I just know that you're the killer. Like, I'm just so...
Oh, so you know. It's not you think.
Okay.
You know.
It's almost a fact.
No, I think so.
It's a fact because you come... I just think that your relationship is... I think that you have always been crushing on Lindy. Can we approve that? Are you crushing on Lindy?
A little? If that's what it seems
I mean, the
like.
psychic says so. Come on, Ruth.
Yeah, the psychic says so.
If the psychic says so, then it must be. It must be right.
Exactly. So I have been speculating that you are the killer because you have this thing for Lindy. Right. And, you know, Ben was killed off, which we hated to see him go. But I feel like you're the next one that would be, like, eyeing at her.
Yeah, and right after Ben died, he was, like, the first one to the scene.
Okay, but let me back that up. The scene prior to that, he did say he was calling for backup, and he was going to call me for backup. So that's that will probably just take that out right there.
Okay.
No.
Well, also the bracelet that she's wearing says "We'll find her," and it seems like you're now helping with. You asked Ruth, the psychic, you know, if she was still alive. So it seems like someone is almost helping her find her sister rather than... I'm not sure that the kidnapper is the one who kidnapped her sister, or the killer. I'm not sure that he's the kidnapper, because it seems like he's actually trying to help her.
So you think it's separate? You think the kidnapper and the killer are separate?
Yes.
Okay,
I do.
Okay, that's a good guess. I mean, I have no idea. I really can't.
Because why would you engrave on the bracelet, "We'll find her," if you already know where she is?
Yeah, and
that was from the kidnapper.
You've been in her life for years now. So I just feel
How
like...
do you know that? Years? How do you know?
Because you're Ben's best friend. It's been 3 years since her kidnapping.
Are you the killer?
I'm not going to say yes, I'm not going to say no.
We should probably tell you that your mic is hooked up to a lie detector.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, so we know.
Okay.
You might as well just confess now.
Josh in the booth, what kind of sound waves are we getting back there? Does it seem like he's telling the truth?
I don't know. I'm getting a good vibe.
Good vibe.
Good vibe. What does that mean these days?
Exactly.
I feel a thing. I feel even through this glass, I feel a connection.
Do you feel like he's telling the truth, though? Do you think that he's the killer?
I mean, what's wrong with Tommy having feelings for Lindy and him wanting to find her sister? Him just being that much involved.
But you have feelings, is what you're saying.
Maybe. It seems like it.
Yeah, well, the way that Ruth, the psychic, was sort of like in this episode, you have a secret, you should tell her, anyone who's half awake can see it. And it's like, it's almost more
connecting.
than a love. It's sort of like this obsession, or at least that's what I want it to be. Because I think love is messy, and I want you to be the killer because I think it'd be cool.
See, I have a friend that was watching with me last night, and she said that, she said the exact same thing you did. She was like, she's setting this up, like, you're the killer, like, there's no way that you're not the killer. So there's not really much more I can say about that.
So you're just going to go for no comment.
I'm going to go for no comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, guys, this episode, we see a case for this episode. We see that 5 teens go missing after, a long, crazy party bus for, I believe it was Amy, or was everyone graduating from high school?
Yeah, everybody was graduating.
Okay, everyone was graduating from high school. Amy has coordinated this party bus, and in typical way, everyone is putting it on social media that they're having a good time, and when they go missing, that's the way that they have been connecting the storyline on finding them. So, what was it like this episode? Because you were really heavily in this one. What was it like in the NYPD scenes? In
the cybercrimes unit?
Yeah, cybercrimes unit.
Those scenes are always so much fun because you're always saying a lot of dialogue that you have no idea what you're talking about. So I do.
Did you shadow a cop, or what did you do to prepare for your role?
I actually spoke to a few NYPD detectives on set, and they actually said they were so cool. Like being a cop is a lot of hard work, and I respect them so much, and I'm really thankful that they were there for me. They would teach me the proper way to come into a room and hold a gun. And,
oh wow!
So I got a lot of good insight on that, and I had to pick up all the lingo from them, and but I would say that shooting this episode was a great experience, and it's definitely really great to see that portraying on the TV last night. So
yes, and you really have a presence when you come in a room. Where did you get that type of energy from? Is it from
presence?
Yeah, you have a presence, like a cop presence.
That's a good question.
Did they tell you stand tall?
I think the main thing is what I picked up from these detectives is that they have a lot of confidence, a lot of self-confidence, and I think anytime you can walk into a room and just just reassure everyone that you know what you're doing, and you're there for business, and I think that's just what I picked up from them, and I'm glad that comes across on screen. That's what I was hoping for.
You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
I was told to ask who does your hair.
Who does my hair?
That's what I was told to ask.
I think the hair department did not like me very much on set because I was always like, let me do it. I do my hair personally.
Okay.
Oh,
I was going to say, so you assist the hair.
I do assist. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, for some reason, I'm like particular about my hair, and I don't know. I've always been that way.
Okay, well,
I think it's a good thing.
I don't know. I like to do my own hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just picked it up on your own.
I think I don't trust anybody else to do my hair. That's the thing.
Yeah, hair is you have to be very particular. Yeah. Like, that's your look.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, with Eye Candy, this is a very different project than Days of Our Lives. I mean, we saw you on that for so long.
You watched Days of Our Lives?
Yeah, my mother. My mother was a huge fan of the show. Yeah, but how's that different?
I would say, the characters are obviously different, different age groups, and obviously working with different castmates. But I think the shooting schedules are completely different. Sometimes we'd be on in and out. I'd be on Days of Our Lives for 3-4 hours at a time, and we'd shoot a couple scenes and we'd be done. I mean, you get one take really. With soap operas, you really got to be on your A game when you're filming on soaps, and I have so much respect for soap actors and anyone that's in soaps or watches soaps. But you definitely get a lot more takes on prime time.
Yeah.
But the shooting schedules are a lot longer on prime time. Sometimes we're 16, 17 hours a day. We'd be filming on location, like 10-degree weather in New York, and which
that's crazy.
That sounds terrible.
It's frigid out there, especially now. But I love filming in Brooklyn. I thought it was really cool to go out and experience, the nightlife there, and All the filming locations we were at were just phenomenal, amazing. Like we were on this abandoned ship for this episode.
Oh yeah, that was really cool.
Creepy at all?
Super creepy. That ship hasn't moved for like 20 years. It's just been sitting there. It's just a cargo ship now.
Oh, who
But,
found that? Was that Kristen?
Yeah, but I guess they do a lot of filming there. I mean, there's a lot of music videos that are being shot there, and it's such a cool environment because you didn't have to imagine anything while you were there. You were there in this great big haunted ship. So that's pretty cool.
So wait, before we continue, we actually have a caller waiting on us.
Oh, dude, what's up?
Yeah, hey caller, say your name. Where are you from?
Hello, Tommy. Do you know who this is?
Has to be Harvey.
This is either Harvey or JG? Because
No, no Harvey here.
I know it's Harvey.
Harvey, what's up, baby? What's going on, man?
No, this is the killer. I sound scary.
What is it like working with Harvey?
Harvey, I swear I did not tell them.
Harvey, come on.
I gotta work on my
We've been on set
voiceover,
for 17 hours a day. I think I can hear your voice.
I think Casey's heard every single voice and impersonation I can do, so I think he can pinpoint me,
Exactly.
the crowd.
I was kind of expecting you to call me in your Marilyn Monroe voice.
Oh gosh.
Oh, should have. I should have called you my Marilyn Monroe voice.
You're so good at that.
Yeah, that one's better.
Oh my gosh. Is he the huge prankster on set? Because a lot of people were asking who does all the pranks.
Yeah.
What's that like?
I would say Harvey. Yeah, Harvey for sure. Like he's always cracking a joke or imitating someone, and which kept us very entertained on set. I think. Yeah, BB. I started to catch on to Victoria Justice because she had so many snacks that she would like hide in certain sections of set, and if she'd come back and they'd be all gone, I would eat them. So like she would try and find different places to hide them. So I think I would.
Oh, you're messing with her crafty.
Yeah,
that's horrible.
but she made such like intricate and like really like fancy like snacks, and I
You couldn't help yourself. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, exactly. But she knew that I was paleo, so she would like, she would put pizza and like things I couldn't eat and like candy and stuff. Like, so.
You could eat all the cheese and pepperoni off
I can't eat cheese.
That's right.
No, no dairy.
Not eating any of that pizza.
Not good. Not good. Harvey, we missed you this episode.
What's up, Harvey?
I know. I have a question for Casey.
What's your question?
Okay, Casey, what is your favorite memory while filming Eye Candy?
Hey, that's one of ours.
I know.
What's my favorite memory?
You have to have something like never before, like memory that you're like, oh, I can't believe that happened.
I feel like it was like that every day on set. Definitely filming in 10-degree weather near the water was pretty like I didn't know. I didn't know what to do about that because
That sounds miserable.
Yeah, the wind.
I think Harvey, that's such a hard question, man. Why'd you do that?
I know.
I think he got it last week.
Harvey, what'd you say?
So many, like, different.
What'd you say last week? What was your most memorable moment?
I think I said, first, because Kristen asked me that question, I think I was referring to him when I first kind of met him and the way that he wanted George with the hair and everything. So that was one of my fun memories. And aside from that,
I don't love it.
Like hanging out on our downtime, and we had a pretty cool fun night. We had that one night where your friends came to town. And we
did you tell him how Kirsty got arrested?
No.
Kirsty.
Okay, so
no,
she didn't get arrested. I'll take that back.
Yeah.
So it was there's
running around town.
Yeah, so there's this abandoned sugar factory that's on the top 10 most like haunted abandoned places in the world.
Oh my gosh.
And do you remember what the sugar factory was called, Harvey?
Domino's.
Yeah, Domino's sugar.
Domino's.
So we went out and just we went out to this place and just grabbed a beer real fast, and then I was like, okay, let's hop the fence and go break into this abandoned
But
factory.
you're a cop.
I know, that's the ironic thing. And so it was right across the street. So we were walking over there, and Kirsty and a couple of my buddies were with us, and some of my friends just all automatically hopped the fence, started hopping the fence, jumped across. Kirsty starts going underneath the fence. And as soon as I'm about to go underneath, this cop pulls up and busts everyone, and except me. It was my idea.
Wow.
If it wasn't
How
for
did you
me,
get away?
I was just like, because I was about to go under. I didn't do anything yet, so I was pretty much just like the innocent bystander.
I want to point out that Don Garrett and I were across the street.
across the street, like laughing at us.
We were laughing because Casey's friends were all like jumping the fence and whatnot. And it was just like good old fun. And then if it wasn't for Casey like waiting to the last minute, the cop would have never seen them. Like he waited just a second too late, and the cop was like,
because I was hesitating, and they were taking too long.
Like, the cop stopped me.
Well, it's good to know you're not professional at this.
Yeah.
But
it was a little fun, and like they were just like,
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you guys can't do that.
You should be offensive and yada yada.
That sounds like a pretty great memory.
That was a lot of fun.
That sounds a little better than Stowaway Killer killer episode.
Yeah.
That was a fun night. But I feel like it's like it always starts off with the story goes the night Kirsty got arrested. She did not get arrested.
She didn't get arrested. I think she got a slap on the wrist is what she got.
Oh.
She got a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, she's too cute to go to jail. No.
But yeah, that was.
Sorry, that's tushy.
Yeah, no, that was a really fun night, and I think that, and just we had such an amazing cast. It doesn't matter. Every night was memorable because especially with Harvey, JG, or Victoria, Kirsty, working with that cast was always great, and I cherish those memories very much.
Well, thanks for calling in, Harvey, and bringing up such a wonderful memory. That's awesome. It reminded me of the Gone Girl
I didn't know
Sugar
you were
Factor.
bring that memory up, but I'm glad you did.
I still want to go in there though.
He's going back. Going back to the Sugar Factory.
Season 2, I'm going back.
All right, Harvey.
It's one of my favorite memories too. Little so many fun memories. So that sounds about right. That should be your top one memory, Casey, because that was all you.
Yeah, I didn't know we could talk about that stuff. So that's okay.
We're a podcast.
They want to know everything
They
about
want to
you
know
guys.
everything.
Oh, Kirsty's gonna be pissed at me.
Hey, she's gonna come on, so she'll probably get you back.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
we'll have,
All right.
we'll
And
have
Harvey,
you call it
you're
next
coming
time.
back
cool.
to see us, right?
Yeah, I'll come back and visit you guys.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, thanks for calling in, Harvey.
Bye, Harvey.
All right. Bye.
So I want to talk about just like what this show's commenting on our society and how like our generation is so obsessed with technology that it's kind of psychotic.
Yeah.
Has being on the show changed your internet usage at all? I know some of my friends like put Post-its on their camera eye on their computer.
It's exactly what I did.
Really?
As soon as I started filming this, I put Post-its on my laptop. I don't do Tinder or anything like that, but like I would even warn my roommates like, dude, don't do Tinder. Like that's just like really creepy stuff going on right now in the storyline. That's
funny.
You know what? I've always had like a keen sense with social media, and I don't use it that often. I tried to use it a couple times out of the week, and I'll just set it aside. And but yeah, I don't like to give out too much information.
Yeah.
It's TMI. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's TMI.
So a little paranoid. I know someone asked that question. Did you get more paranoid since working on the show?
I think I'm just more aware.
Good.
More aware of what I'm putting out there.
We all need to be more aware because that digital fingerprint is serious.
And that's why the show is so relevant today. Is it's got such a great message, and I think a lot of fans and a lot of people are easy to relate to.
Definitely. Even my friends who like haven't started watching yet, I start telling them about it, and they're like, "What
is that really on TV?" That's crazy. Yeah, everyone is thrown off by the title when I say eye candy. They're like, "Oh, that seems like some chick flick." I'm like, "No, far from chick flick. It's like hardcore thriller that you really get into."
Yeah,
so
and I think a lot of people don't understand. Don't realize that eye candy is also based off of a book from R.L. Stein. So
we talked to Christian a little bit about that when he came on because we wanted to know if we read the book, would we know who the killer was, and he said no, the ending's different. So we're happy about that.
So it's completely different.
Completely different, yeah.
Okay, let's take a Skype call. We have a Skype call.
Sweet.
Okay.
All right.
Hello? Caller, where are you from? What's your name? Where are you from?
We're waiting.
Yes, hello. My name is Anthony Minetti. I'm calling from Connecticut.
Hi, Anthony. Thanks
up,
for
buddy?
calling. Did you have a question for Casey?
Yes, I do. I do have a question. I have a question for Casey. So we've seen 4 episodes so far, which, by the way, I love what I'm seeing. Awesome job.
Thank you.
And so out of those 4 episodes, what was the most difficult, if not challenging episode?
The most challenging episode. I would say, that's a really good question, because I think the first 2-3 episodes were really hard because I was just, kind of going through the motions of the character and trying to figure this character out. I think those are really, really difficult in that sense. But I think the episode number 10 is my favorite episode. That's just where I think Tommy finally shows some true emotions in that, and there's some really good scenes at the end of that episode that I really enjoyed filming. That I'm proud of, and I think that's I think a lot of people are going to enjoy that episode.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Also, dude, just want to let you know, I saw your Joker impression, and you killed it.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Wait, what? We need to see that. Let's pull it up.
Oh, yeah. This guy killed it.
Thank you very much, man. He's a hero of mine, Heath Ledger, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
No problem. And one last thing. Going back to the hair thing, I'm right there with you, buddy.
Thank you.
Don't touch the hair.
I don't like anyone touching my hair.
Hands up, I'm not touching it.
But do you style your hair like mine? Do you shave the sides and grow the top out, or how do you do it?
Oh.
Did he already leave?
Oh,
Yeah, Anthony. Oh, man, Anthony, I'm sorry.
He bounced.
You know what? I love the undercut, though. It's like my favorite haircut on guys.
Thank
I
you.
tell all my guy friends, I'm like, go get the undercut.
It's really flattering.
It's super easy to do, too.
And then with the scruff, I love
It's
it.
just like, it really makes a guy's face like look chiseled, I think. Like manly.
Thank you.
Anthony, if you're still watching, thank you so much for calling.
Yeah, thank you.
thanks. Yeah, I'm
Those are
sorry
good
we were cut
questions.
off. Yeah. So, going off of that, what makes Tommy so complex compared to the other characters you've played?
I think one of the main complex things that my character has is that he does have this this relationship he's forming with Lindy, and he knows there's a strong barrier between that because of Ben, and I think there's always that fine line between friendship and love in situations like this, and I think trying to play against that is a really difficult thing to do.
So even when your friend has passed, there's still that loyalty that you have to.
I mean, it's in a sense, he blames Lindy for Ben's death. So I think he's is he falling in love with her, but he's also got this personal like angst against her, and and it's also nice to have her around the cybercrimes unit as well.
You don't seem to be happy about her being there though in the show.
I mean, it comes back to Ben and him blaming her for Ben's death, and I think I think.
So when you were saying in episode 10, by that time we kind of see that go away a little more. Don't laugh! I was almost getting it out.
I see what you're doing there.
I can't help it.
I mean, I think over the next 6 episodes, I think you're going to see the relationship mature and develop, and I'm really happy about it. And I think I loved what the writers did with the storyline, and I can say that Tindy fans won't be disappointed.
Well, Kristen said that there is a flashback episode where Ben does come back, and I'm wondering if we get to have that conversation, that bro conversation, where he's like, if anything happens to me, take care of her, because you sort of mentioned it this episode, or we're going to see like the Lindy shrine in your place, in your apartment.
Oh, I want to see that shrine.
No.
That's super creepy.
I think it's gonna be one of
I don't
two
think
things.
he's that creepy, unless he's the stalker. Then
I can't really comment on that, but I can say that it will explain the dynamic, the triangle between Ben, Lindy, and I. It'll definitely explain that.
Okay.
So that was a fun episode. That was cool.
Well, since we're already on this Tindy love affair, when are you guys gonna kiss?
I think that's coming up. It was funny because I had no idea that they were gonna promote that or show that in the previews. I was
in
like,
the
whoa.
super tease.
I was like, well,
That's
I thought they
like-
wanted to leave that be for the episode.
No,
but
they're ready for it. That's like 70% of the questions I got. When are they gonna kiss?
Yeah.
Kiss.
Yeah.
Well, I like how sexy like all the scenes are. Like everyone's always invading that the other person's like 2 feet parameter that
Right.
like you're not supposed to cross. Like all the scenes are like that, creating like this tension.
I will say that it is a pretty epic moment. It was so funny because after we shot that scene, we kiss and she gets up and it's like this super dramatic moment, like, and she trips on the table. She totally eats it on the scene.
She did say she's clumsy.
And it was my close up, so like the camera was on me the whole time, and I had to look at her like as she was walking off, and I couldn't hold it. I was like, I cracked up as soon as it happened. I was so.
So you had to kiss again?
Yeah, we had to redo it.
Oh no!
No, I'm just kidding.
That's so horrible.
No, they had to shoot that scene again because I was cracking up. It was so funny.
Oh
Did
my
you guys
gosh.
have to practice? Just wondering.
No. Victoria and I are super professional and she very.
I mean, some admit we have a lot of actors that come on here and they admit we gotta practice.
No, I mean,
Never know.
With Lindy and Tommy characters. Now you and Victoria, I know on Days of Our Life you did have a relationship with one of your castmates. Do you see Victoria as more of a sister, or could there be something there?
I'm actually in a very great and loving relationship.
Oh,
right now.
yay!
Yes, I am.
Oh no, you're disappointing so many.
Okay, well, we'll stick to Lindy and Tommy only.
Victoria is an amazing person, an amazing friend, and I have nothing but love for her. And it's great to work with her. She's got a boyfriend too, so
Okay, we'll stick to our fantasy world fans.
Yeah, that didn't happen. Edit that out later.
But no, I'm in a very good relationship, and so yeah, I'm happy about that.
Happy for you.
Thank you very much.
That's awesome.
Good.
Always hard to find, especially online.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's get back into this episode. So we see that Amy and this character Max, they're basically two friends that went to I say rehab? Yeah. They went to rehab together. And they really bonded. But when Amy brings back Max to her group of friends, he doesn't really fit in. How did that scene? Well, you weren't in the scene, but how did watching it? How did that feel for you guys? Like for him to be that outcast.
I think you played that role very well. I think that might have been a little too close to home for him.
I was thinking that myself. I was like,
but he was a great actor to work with, and I think I was just kind of just going with the flow with the story when I was watching it last night, and I was just kind of just trying to understand the story and the way they were going, and I love what they did with the editing, with the whole with Lindy and the bus, and I thought that was really cool, and
yeah, I mean. So they created, can we talk about, they created this like whole stowaway idea that they were going to tease their friends with.
Right.
And, it was supposed to be like an accidental death. She wasn't supposed to die.
Well, I don't even think she wasn't supposed to die. It shouldn't have even been an accident.
No.
They were just trying to go viral, which it sucks. You're teens, you want more fame, and then something like that happens, and that's what you have to live with.
But that sort of pointed me in a different direction, because for a moment, Lindy says, my sister Sarah went to rehab. And then I was like...
Connection there?
I was like...
You didn't think we picked up on that.
I'm like,
I don't even know if I picked up on that.
Well, what I was thinking was, would it even be possible that Sarah met some psychopath at rehab and is pulling this like ultimate horrible thriller revenge on her sister because she was always jealous of her or something? I don't know.
It's
Tommy, did you go to rehab?
Did I go to rehab?
Your character.
Gotta go to rehab. I said no. That's really interesting. It's so funny to hear everyone's like spiel
predictions.
Predictions on this thing. I always like listening to my friends that are watching the show with me, and they tell me their predictions of who they think the killer is, and those are some really good. Really good predictions.
Hey, Josh, with the lie detector, tell us, what do we need to know?
I don't know.
Come on.
I'll get my polygraph test up.
If it wasn't me, who do you think the killer is? If it wasn't me,
I think it could be Sarah with some psychopath from rehab, because you don't just throw that out there.
Yeah. And then we were also saying that it could be her best friend. It could
Sophia,
it could be Sophia, because, you know, we aren't thinking woman. Because I know in the Eye Candy book, it actually was a woman.
Yeah,
so it could be a man this time. I was also thinking that it could be her dad that we keep hearing about. Because they didn't have that. It seems like they didn't have that great of a relationship. She didn't open that card, and she's mentioning him a few times this episode.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a very good point.
I also think it could be Sergeant Catherine, especially because of that scene where she was talking to Lindy this episode. I'm trying to remember what it was that she said.
She's getting a little nosy, though, in these last couple episodes.
And she said she wanted to keep Lindy at the station so she could keep an eye on her. And I don't know, she's been coming off a little odd to me. So it could be a woman, it could be her.
Yeah, I mean, we've said this before. This show really sets you up to think that anyone's a killer.
Exactly.
Except Harvey.
Right. But you could also think that, you know, like other horror films like Scream, like there wasn't just one killer. You know, there's multiple
And I
killers,
said that before, that it could be an alliance of people
there could
stalking.
be 2 or 3 people in on it at the same time.
Oh, yeah, and then Sergeant Catherine said, people are more than what they post. They lie, they embellish. You can only know face to face. And that's exactly what the killer's issue is. That people lie and embellish on the internet, and only in face to face do you figure out if they're as they appear. So the fact that she's been saying that kind of stuff, I mean, it's like straight from the killer's mouth, in my opinion.
It is. But also, I don't want to think it's
very
her,
good
though.
observation.
Yeah.
Very good observation.
I'm a writer.
Yeah, she's on it. She's on it.
Cinematicscape.com. Little plug.
Quick plug.
But Jake also, we cannot forget about that guy. He keeps calling. He had that whole creepy dinner.
Not to mention that showing up on our doorstep like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just getting her address out of nowhere, and then you were like, well, do you want to see him?
Yeah, we know you're jealous. You're super
You're a
jealous.
little bit of jealousy there.
He's not saying anything. No comment.
No comment over here.
Yeah. I mean, you know, he's hitting up on Lindy. I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that.
Also, what about that Andrew Stone guy, the Krav Maga teacher? Because we were
missed that last episode.
Yeah.
The reconnoiter boss, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Like the boss, Connor's boss, who's also the Krav Maga teacher.
Right.
Because what we're thinking is, you know, it needs to be somebody who could take down all these people, who could take down Ben, who's a cop. So it's got to be someone who's skilled.
Right. Exactly.
That's true. I didn't think about that one. I'm so stuck on you being the killer.
I can see Catherine Shaw like taking him down, like.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she's had that training.
Yeah, I could see it.
What do you think about Sarah, though, her sister being involved in this somehow?
I thought about that, and that scares me, because 3 years and you're putting your sister who's looking for you through that. That
might be 4 years. I don't know.
It could be 4 years now, but
there's going to be some episodes coming up that's going to better explain that storyline and what happened with that.
Good, because I don't want to think that she has anything to do with her kidnapping.
Yeah, don't think that they're going to show that in the first episode and not go back to that. So
Exactly. Okay, well, you talked about the ship, but those scenes during the ship were absolutely disgusting. Like, rusty, it just is scary. Like, who found that? Was that Christian? I know I asked that earlier.
I think it was Christian. I do know that they've used that ship for other videos before. Was
it one of your favorite places to shoot, or?
I would say yes and no, because we were on that ship for like 12 hours, and it was so hard to breathe down there, and it was like really like dusty and like cloudy, and they're pumping smoke in there, and
so it wasn't gas.
Yeah,
no.
I mean, he wouldn't be here if it was gas.
No, come on, this is reality. This happened. These are the heroes I'm sitting next to.
But I mean, you know, I definitely enjoyed it. I thought it was a really cool filming location. I wish we could shoot there more often. But I think one of the coolest ones was we shot in this abandoned Civil War fort.
Oh,
which is really
Christian mentioned that.
Yeah, it was that was one of my favorites. I thought that was really cool. And I mean, all the sets were really every time we were on location, we were either in Williamsburg or somewhere in on Manhattan, or the hospital stuff like that. I think that was probably my least favorite.
Yeah, because you can relate to that. Yeah.
So it looks like it's going to be a procedural the next few episodes. It looks like we're going to get the hospital scene where everybody passes out who's operating, and then the killer comes in, and then the following week it looks like some guy maybe drugged a girl or something, and he's getting beat up for it.
Oh yeah, I
You know,
forgot about all
girl.
those. I forgot about those.
So I think it goes into like this procedural type show for a few episodes, and then we'll probably get back to more of the eye candy killer.
I think the writers wanted this to make this. There's a through line in this TV show about the storyline, and but there's also these little tangents that we break off into too. I think it's a really cool thing about.
And that's another thing. I know that we're breaking off of the killer, but for some reason, I don't think the writers would put these cases in here for no reason.
Right.
So I feel like we need to really pay attention to people that are brought up in these cases, because there could be a connection, like we saw with the rehab.
That's a good
there
point.
could be someone
Exactly.
so
We're going to
pay
learn
attention
a
to the
little bit
cases.
more.
I mean, and I
those
think
nuggets of information.
They reference that too in this last episode when. When Shaw was like, Lindy's going to work with us, and I said it has nothing to do with the serial killer case, and she's like, I don't care. I don't care.
snaps
Yeah,
with
she was
it.
like, I don't care. She's working with you.
Could be killer. She wants to keep an eye on her.
Yeah. For some reason, I feel like Lindy would be such an amazing cop, and I feel like at the end of this, she may think
Join
of that
the
as
force,
she may join us. Like,
Yeah,
it's a
but
good
I mean-
prediction. Detective.
Yeah, I think that's another thing though. Is Tommy was like, this girl's had no actual training with the police department, and she's
How
just coming in.
offensive.
She's just coming in here. She's coming in here like taking over my job. Like
I went to school for this.
Yeah.
I trained for this.
Well, it's probably not helping you protect her either, because it's
Right.
like...
Well, having her around is dangerous, because there is this serial killer that's obsessed with her, and I think that's putting everyone around him in danger. And I think he doesn't like that.
Yeah.
It seems like about 2 people per episode die. I mean, do you know how many people all season with the death count is?
Yeah, there's gonna be deaths in every episode.
Oh man. I mean, that's the way you keep fans watching.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I don't know.
You're busy.
So far,
You're
so
busy.
far, have we seen the most traumatic death?
That's a good question.
I mean, getting your throat slit that's pretty bad. Like, especially the last episode
Reese?
with 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
saw
thought
that.
the eyes being gouged out was terrible.
So there's going to be a scene coming up where there's an eye gouging thing going on, and it's.
My stomach.
I'm not
can't
gonna say
handle
much. I'm not gonna say much about that, but it is pretty disgusting. It is gross.
Well, I feel like this show's also saying that like online dating is just this creepy cat and mouse game. What is that? I know you said you're warning your friends to stay off of it after this show. Have you always felt that way, or?
I mean, I just never got on board with the
with the
online
idea.
dating.
So you're all about that face-to-face contact.
I think and especially in today's society, it's everything's like through social media, so it's like, you got to cut some of that out.
Yeah, we can't have all these like multiple personalities. It's
Yeah,
not
I
a
don't
good
know.
look.
I think we should start a movement where it's like we all go offline for like an hour
Just
every day.
blackout.
It'd be pandemonium. It'd be like chaos. I don't.
People would not know how to function. I
Yeah.
think they'd be fidgeting and shaking.
They probably like go to a movie or something, but like turn off your computers, turn off your phones for like 1 hour a day.
read a book or something, or
It could be called Unplugged.
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, we read books and we got rewards at the library for
Right.
reading. I mean, there's something else other than social media and internet that we could do. Plenty of things.
I don't know. I'm hoping eye candy will help steer us in the right direction.
Let's see. Hopefully.
You will take my phone away when I'm dead. Seriously.
Josh,
I'm
the
not kidding.
engineer, is not on board with the Unplugged movement.
He's hooked on it. He's hooked on it.
Put those filters down, Josh.
We had a question. Are we going to see any more scenes with Ryan Cooper?
Ryan Cooper. Yeah, absolutely.
They're liking that bromance.
With our photos going around.
Yeah.
Oh wait, which one is
One
that?
of our
Jake,
someone
who
tweeted
plays-
me. Yeah, Jake.
Oh.
So one of our followers asked, "Who are we going to see more of that bromance?"
But see, so you hate Jake in the show as a cop, but
I mean,
out of
he's-
the show, you guys are like besties.
He's creeping on my territory. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see it.
Actually, Ryan and I became really good friends, like instantly. I think
wow.
the first day I was on set, he was working too, and we just hit it off and became great friends. And
Interesting.
we would hang out on the weekends, and he took me to this Russian bathhouse.
What? Oh,
like-
I've heard about those.
Like where
Never heard.
like you go in this like stone oven room, and it's like the temperatures are like scorching hot. I feel like I'm in a volcano, and I was like, dude, I gotta get out of here. He's sitting there like just pouring water on himself, and
That sounds awful. What are you supposed to get out of that experience?
I never went back.
I would never go back.
Yeah.
That reminds me of like the spa scene from Eye Candy.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I'm never shutting my eyes ever again.
That's horrifying, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
And I think that's the great part about this show, that all of this stuff is realistic, and that's what makes it more scary.
It's bringing awareness to a lot of things that I think people don't necessarily, think twice about.
Yeah, like the mundane things, like Christian was saying, the whole kidnapping scene when you're in a drive-thru and she can't get out, and then like
I know.
the shower. Oh my God! Every time I
think
hear
this show
something
makes me more paranoid.
Exactly.
To be honest, I know you said it
Lindy
doesn't.
was supposed to give me a number 4 with fries, and she was late.
You're still waiting on that number 4?
Yeah, I was still waiting on that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it was so much of the love affair here. Let's think. What is there anything else that you want to touch on before we get into predictions?
I just have a whole lot of predictions and then questions for his interview.
All right. So let's go ahead. Should we get into predictions, or let's get to know you,
Yeah,
Casey?
let's get to know
you more.
Casey.
So shoot those questions.
All right. I'm always wondering specifically what from someone's childhood contributed to their career.
You know what? My family let me watch whatever movie I wanted growing up, and I for some reason I always chose like Halloween, Friday the 13th, Freddy Krueger, like
These are horrible.
Child's Play, Leprechaun, like those were the movies.
Oh, Leprechaun's the worst.
That was
So
I think it
scary.
was Jennifer Aniston's first film, by the way, which is crazy.
Oh, you're loving Jennifer.
So I grew up on horror movies, and then I got introduced to Ace Ventura and watching Jim Carrey, and I think
That's
a huge jump, right?
Yeah.
But I fell in love with Jim Carrey, and I think I was I'd go around the house imitating him, and I think I just always was always in love with film and character work. So I thought that was.
Did you ever get to meet Jim Carrey yet?
No, I haven't. He's a hero of mine for sure.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, you are inspired by Jim Carrey, but you do so many serious roles. Are you wanting to do a comedy one day?
You know, if that's where this career takes me, then sure, absolutely. I think I think Jim Carrey is a phenomenal comedic actor, but I think he's great in drama as well. Like The Truman Show is he's so good in that movie.
That's a favorite?
He's really good.
Yeah, I like Eternal Sunshine of Spotless Mind.
That one too is a great movie.
So good.
I think to be a well-rounded actor, I think it's I think it's a good thing, especially Jim Carrey.
What's like a future role you want to play?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want to get anything adapted? Anyone you want to play one day?
I have an obsession with war films, like Saving Private Ryan, Black Hawk Down. I think that's so. If I could play a soldier, that'd be great, and work with David Fincher. So it'd be a war movie with David Fincher.
That'll be a good movie.
Awesome.
Now I'm turned around. Now I'm back to thinking he's the killer.
We need to get
He's
a
got
writer.
murder on the brain.
See, I think he could
You're right.
be the killer.
I think you're right.
But I think I think Brad Pitt's role in Fight Club was one of the most iconic for me. I think that was really great, and of course Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight.
Oh, I love Heath. I gotta look up that impression of you doing the Joker. Is that on YouTube, or where can we find
it's
that?
It's on MTV.com. I
Really?
was super nervous though when I did it, so I think I could do it.
Did you
better.
do him justice?
Do you want to do it again?
Another day.
All right, that just means you have to come back and see us.
Yeah.
Are there any like future projects or anything else you're currently working on besides Eye Candy?
Right now I'm just focusing on promoting Eye Candy, and there are some auditions and mainly indie films right now. Just definitely want to do a film, and then waiting to see if we get picked up for season 2. So.
I saw you were in a band at one point.
I was gonna say, are we gonna see you singing in anything one day?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. My other passion is metal music, and I am in a band, and I do vocals for a band called And Still I Rise.
Oh, cool.
And we just shot a video with a director named Robbie Starbuck, who's an up-and-coming director. He does phenomenal work. But we raised our money through Kickstarter.
Oh, wow.
That's always a good way to go.
This song was about cystic fibrosis, because our guitar player's wife has cystic fibrosis, and we wanted to bring awareness to it, and we raised money for the charity, and so we did that.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, and the song's called 65 Roses, which is about cystic fibrosis. So
is it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube.
Also find that on YouTube.
And Still I Rise, 65 Roses, it's on there.
Awesome.
That's good. You're super talented. That's awesome.
Thank you. So yeah, we're actually recording a couple of new songs now, and it just right when I got the show, we had to put everything on hold. So
For good cause.
For good cause, yeah.
So pilot season, you're not doing any of that because of the show? Any preparation for that?
For the band?
No. And I'm going completely back
I'm
to
sorry.
acting.
Oh, okay.
No, how is preparation for pilot season going? Are you able to be a part of it?
No, not as I normally would be. No,
Okay.
I'm not.
Alrighty.
Well, there's a lot of people who watch this show and call in because, they want to be an actor. So what sort of advice can you give them to people who are sitting at home and aspiring to come out to Hollywood?
You know what?
Encourage them, please.
People back before I moved out here thought I was crazy, and I would say don't ever listen to anybody that says something like that. I would say go for your dream, and if this is something you really want to do, stay focused. Get headshots, try and get a good agent, and get an acting class. And I think those are some of the key ingredients to getting a successful career out here. Is mainly staying focused.
Yeah.
A lot of people get lost out here and party and stay out late and go to clubs, and it's like that's fun and all, but eventually it gets old. So I think I think if you just buckle down and really remember why you're out here, I think that's something very important to keep in mind.
Sorry, guys, my phone's going off.
Lots of people tweeting about the show.
No, I wanted to. I want to know, when did you get your SAG vouchers? Like, tell me what it was like leading up to that moment.
I think I did a commercial for Nike. I met Carmelo Anthony. This guy was like 6'30", dude.
And
This guy.
you're tall.
I mean, I'm 6'5", but he was like 6'8" or something. He made me feel short.
Oh man.
And I played his ball boy, like his little ball boy, like it went and like cleaned up the little rug burns on the floor. It was for his new shoes, so I did that, and I think I got a voucher for that. And then I did, I think I did a guest star or a co-star on 90210, and then the next one was Wizards of Waverly Place.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So I got those 3 from that.
Awesome. Yeah. Was that a tough journey? How many years would you say?
I didn't.
Or was it just a year?
I didn't book a single thing until about 2.5 years of living here. I didn't book anything. I don't even think I ever got a call back.
Oh, wow.
Nothing.
That's really encouraging, though, for people at home to hear
people
that.
need to know the journey.
But I mean, I've been out here for 9 years, and just now do I have my own show? Am I on a series regular on a show? It's been 9 years since I first moved out here. So.
But I mean, when you're passionate about something, you put that hard work into it.
Yeah, I've heard from a lot of people it takes about 10 years to get where you want to be after you move to LA.
Exactly.
So it's a journey for all of us.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of times where I wanted to give up and quit, but you just gotta keep going. And remember why you're out here. So. Was
there someone that really encouraged you during your journey?
I think my mom has been very supportive. My dad as well. But definitely having supportive family members is really important. I do have a very supportive girlfriend as well. So that's I think it's really
crushing our dreams.
You always want to surround yourself with people that bring you up.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that's really important because a lot of parents are like, got to get that realistic job. You have to have a backup. Moving to Hollywood's not realistic. Get the bank job.
I was actually, before I booked Eye Candy, I was getting to a point where I had to figure out what I wanted to do. Whether I wanted to go back to school or get another restaurant job and try and work my way and save money and then just about like right when you're about to give up, I think that's when it happens.
That's so encouraging to hear, and thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, it's good to hear that. So let's go into predictions while we have a chance. Let's do some quick ones.
All right.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV.
This is how we all become psychics.
Oh, nice.
It's a process here. Right?
You're gonna tell me to tell Lindy that I love her, right?
Yes, that's what we're.
Basically, that's
remember,
what we
lie detector. Lie detector. Okay, go ahead. Fire away. You have any good predictions?
I mean, I think we went over a lot of who we thought the killer was going to be, but I saw in the super tease, it looks like the killer does kidnap Lindy and sort of possibly brands her, like, farmers brand cows. Like that. It seemed like he was going to brand her as if some sort of like ownership. Did you watch the Super
I
Teens?
did not, and that's why you're seeing this reaction. No, what?
I don't know that happens, but it just looked that way.
Yeah, okay.
To me. All right, he's agreeing with that one. He's like, oh, maybe.
What's the question? Do you want me to tell you no, or do you want me to tell you?
Oh,
I mean,
does
you
that
can
happen?
answer if you want.
Does it happen?
Yeah.
I mean, if they showed that, then maybe.
All
Killing
right.
us here.
You have a great publicist.
I'm gonna say hi to my publicist. Hello.
So people were saying, you can't find a psychopath without being a little insane yourself. Do you think that we're gonna see Lindy suffer any sort of, psychological pain or hurt through that?
I think in every episode, I think she's going through something, and especially the weight of her sister being kidnapped as well. I think you have to be a little mad to go after a serial killer like that. But you can see she's so smart, her character, and I mean, not saying that Victoria herself isn't smart. I'm just saying her character is so sophisticated and very smart. You can see that she breaks off in these little tangents sometimes when she's visualizing, what's going on. And I think she's definitely going through some stuff.
She's so brave that I want to see that episode where she kind of breaks down and we get to hear everything that's actually going on in her head, because she is so brave that I want to hear the internal dialogue that's that motivation, that fire, that fuel that keeps her going.
Well, I wish we could keep going, guys, but we're going to go ahead and wrap. So where can we find everyone on social media? Go ahead.
I'm at Cinematic Escape on Twitter, and you can check out my blog, cinematicscape.com. And Casey, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Casey Deidrick, and also my Facebook page is Casey Deidrick Official.
Got it. Did I win some points from you because I messed up in the beginning?
I was kidding. It's all.
Okay, good.
It's all good. You'll come back and visit us.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, good. Thank you, Casey.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And you guys can find me at Tezeno on Twitter and Instagram. As always, please talk to us with the hashtag ABTICandy. Please join us next week, and we'll have another guest with us, and hopefully Casey will come back, you guys.
Woo!
Thanks for being
see ya.
here.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.